Speak Golden State Warriors fans. Today I have for you 5 explosive news about the Golden State Warriors. So stay until the end of the video. Subscribe to the channel and leave your like and give your opinion in the comments. First news. Klay Thompson's free agency expected to impact contract extension for Warriors wing. Klay Thompson's impending free agency is set to be a pivotal moment for the Golden State Warriors, with the potential of impacting the franchise's future well beyond the next few seasons. Whether he re-signs or seeks greener pastures elsewhere, Thompson's decision will reverberate around the Warrior roster as the franchise seeks to improve upon their disappointing 10th-placed finish in the Western Conference. A Thompson re-signing would be evidence of the Warriors wishing to push ahead with their veteran group, while his departure would leave a notable hole next to Steph Curry and Draymond Green. However, it's Golden State's young players who are set to be most impacted, and most notably young wing Moses Moody. Moody's 3 years in the league have seen a wave of varying fortunes, having spent periods out of Steve Kerr's rotation while also seeing crucial minutes in big playoff games. It's still difficult to evaluate where the 21-year-old is at in the wake of his third season, though it's likely we'll find out should Thompson move on. The absence of the 5-time All-Star would leave a significant opening that Moody could fill. He's arguably the most like-for-like replacement the Warriors have on their roster. At the very least, he should garner 20-plus minutes per game for the first time in his career, with the potential of even elevating into a starting role depending on what happens over the remainder of the offseason. Complicating matters is the fact that Moody himself is extension eligible, which is also likely to be influenced by Thompson's decision. According to ESPN's Bobby Marks, Moody could be in line for a $13 to $14 million deal per season, yet he could also forego extension talks should Thompson depart. Can Moody still be a player that develops into a 10-year player for the Warriors? Perhaps we'll only find out if Thompson leaves, hence why this free agency decision will be far more influential than just the years on the contract. Second news. West rival going in other direction could open star trade possibility for Warriors. The likes of Kevin Durant and LeBron James have already been speculated as potential targets for the Golden State Warriors this offseason, but it's highly unlikely the franchise can get its hands on one of the all-time greats. That doesn't mean the Warriors can't manufacture a trade for another star to complement Steph Curry, with the trade market set to be active this summer according to ESPN's Tim Bontemps. One star whose name is already drawing trade speculation is Brandon Ingram after the New Orleans Pelicans season came to a lackluster end in a first-round series sweep at the hands of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Ingram failed to heed the call after the Pelicans lost Zion Williamson to a hamstring injury in the play-in tournament. The 26-year-old averaged just 14.3 points on 34.5% shooting from the floor, while his rebounding and assist numbers were also well down from the regular season. The 2020 All-Star is eligible for a mammoth 4-year, $208 million extension this summer, but the Pelicans are expected to go in a different direction according to Evan Sidery in a report on Saturday. Ingram wouldn't be the perfect acquisition for the Warriors, with the defense and three-point shooting likely to suffer were the franchise to offer a deal centered around Andrew Wiggins, young players, and/or future draft picks. He would satisfy Golden State's need for secondary shot-making next to Curry, though, having averaged 20.8 points, 5.1 rebounds, and 5.7 assists on 49.2% shooting from the floor. The former second overall pick is still just 26 years old, presenting as a much younger option to many that have been bandied about so far since Golden State's elimination. Ingram has 1 year left on his contract at $36 million, but would then require an even greater financial that the Warriors may be unwilling to make. The Pelicans' desire for another star is also one Golden State won't be able to meet, unless a third team were to get involved or New Orleans felt comfortable that the returned assets could be on-traded for a player to pair with Williamson. Third news. Major LeBron James, Jonathan Kuminga trade idea proposed. The Golden State Warriors are widely expected to explore different trade opportunities this summer in order to re-enter championship contention, while the Los Angeles Lakers are also expected to do the same, with multiple tradable picks projected to be used to add another star. Is there any chance LA goes a different direction? A hypothetical LeBron James trade to the Warriors was proposed. The deal would land James in Golden State and send Jonathan Kuminga, Kevin Looney, Brandon Podziemski, Guay Santos, Andrew Wiggins, a 2025 first-round pick, 2026 first-round swap, 2027 first-round pick, 2028 first-round swap, 2029 first-round swap, and a 2030 first-round pick to LA. The Warriors reportedly checked in on the availability of James at the trade deadline, but neither he nor the Lakers were interested. Could that change after a first-round exit for LA? It seems unlikely when considering the options the Lakers have to upgrade their roster this summer, but if some of those potential deals fall through, perhaps Los Angeles could pivot if James prefer to move elsewhere. All signs point towards James remaining in Los Angeles, but this is the NBA, and truly anything can happen. The Warriors know they need to upgrade their roster and will likely check in on several different stars this offseason. Fourth news. Key Warriors assistant in line for pressure cooker job at Pacific rival. Change will be inevitable for the Golden State Warriors this offseason, and that could extend to the coaching staff as a number of vacancies begin to present themselves at rival teams. The latest of those is the Los Angeles Lakers head coaching role after Darvin Ham was officially fired on Friday, that despite making the playoffs again following last season's trip to the Western Conference Finals. Warriors assistant coach Kenny Atkinson was listed among 4 candidates who could be in line to replace Ham, with the Athletics' Jovan Buha also identifying Mike Budenholzer, J.J. Redick, and despite being contracted, L.A. Clippers head coach Ty Lue. Atkinson has spent 3 seasons with Golden State after 308 games as head coach of the Brooklyn Nets and 1 year with the Clippers as an assistant under Lue. The 56-year-old has interviewed for various senior coaching roles during the past couple of seasons, including sensationally backflipping on the Charlotte Hornets after an Italy accepting the top job following the 2021-22 season. Atkinson was also a lead candidate for the Houston Rockets in their coaching search last offseason, before that eventually fell to Ime Udoka. While Atkinson would be undoubtedly eager to return to a head coaching role, taking on the responsibility at the Lakers brings a pressure cooker environment perhaps unseen at any other team around the league. In fairness, any LeBron James-led team has always brought incredible scrutiny on the head coach, and things will be no different as the 4-time MVP prepares for year 22 in the league next season. James' own future is up in the air given he can opt out of his $51.4 million player option, but he'll likely retain significant influence on who replaces him in the job. It appears Atkinson would need to wait at least a couple more seasons to get the top role with the Warriors. After speculation on his future early in the season, 4-time championship-winning coach Steve Kerr re-signed with the franchise on an historic 2-year, $35 million contract. Fifth news. Could the Golden State Warriors trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo? It has become increasingly clear that the Golden State Warriors need to make major changes to their roster in order to re-enter championship contention. With the current NBA landscape, those changes will almost certainly have to include the addition of another certified star next to Steph Curry. In February, The Athletic reported that Giannis Antetokounmpo would be the dream addition for Golden State this summer. With the Milwaukee Bucks going out in the first round, could there be any path to a deal between these two teams? Antetokounmpo did not play in any of Milwaukee's playoff games, as a calf injury held him out for the entirety of the series. There has been no indication from Milwaukee that they are looking to blow their roster up, and there has also been no indication from Antetokounmpo that he'd like to be elsewhere. That said, perhaps the Warriors will still check in on his availability the same way they checked in with the Los Angeles Lakers about the availability of LeBron James at the trade deadline. Whether it's Antetokounmpo or another star, it feels reasonable to assume that the Warriors will at least check in on different players this summer. Steph Curry is still a high-level star, but could use another piece alongside him as Klay Thompson and Draymond Green get further from their all-star days.